between Hobart Zebras and Northern Rangers. The home side, Hobart Zebras. Number 11, the captain, Kurt Ingles. Number 8, Henry Fagg. Number 1, Matthew Ferguson. Number 17, Jaden Hay. Number 2, Luke Hoopsland. Number 10, Michael Morano. Number 14, Adam McKill. Number 6, Henry Moon. Number 5, Jordan Muller. Number 13, Matthias Tolkill. Number 9, Dwayne Walsh. In reserve for Zebras. Number 19, James Ackley. Number 3, Callum Griffin. Number 4, Paul Palmer. Number 15, James Sherman. And number 7, Jake Stewart. Coached by Chris Hay. The Travelling Rangers. Number 13, Tenzing Anderson. Number 1, Luigi Cordova. Number 6, Daniel Christie. Number 14, Mark Christie. Number 16, Connor Doherty. Number 14, Joel Rathon. Number 7, Nick Lano Atkinson. Number 5, Pat Lano Atkinson. Number 17, Michael Monticchio. Number 8, Hayden Rigby. And number 9, Harry Tannhauser. In reserve for the Rangers, number 3, Zachary Cross. Number 11, John Marnie. And number 18, Matthew Yu. Host by Dane Hudson. Good luck to both teams.
Welcome, a little belatedly, to Northern Rangers versus Hobart Zebras, the final game of today's triple header. As the Rangers attack early, as we see one of Rangers' big signings, Luke Hughesloot, getting involved early. Sizable guy, massive kind of leg spans we talked about previous game. Just covers so much of the turf, and he's so hard to get around. He'll play up top, which was a bit of a weak area for them, and here's a chance. Very early on, he plays the ball in. It's just overhit there, but you see the threat that he's going to offer early on in this one. And once again joined by Jacob Batt for the third and final time today.
Yeah, thanks Andrew. Thanks for having me, mate. Just came back from the post-match interviews where we had a bit of a chat to Sav and Alan and saw what they thought about the game. So that'll be up on the blog, on the Slice of Cheese in the near future, and now obviously just getting the blog up running now as well, and doing the social medias too. So interesting game this one, Andrew. I think Zebras should probably get up over the top. I think with Towns leaving for this season and plying his trade over on the mainland, I think that's a pretty big loss for them.
Yeah, they've had a few leave. It's been a tough off-season for them. The youth's going to have to step up. Harry Tannhauser certainly made massive strides last year. He's going to be a real key to their fortunes this year, but they've lost some real quality from this side they had last year, so it's going to be tough for them, and they'll be up against one of the fancies for the league in the Hobart Zebras. Very strong lineup. It looks like, interestingly, Jaden Hay is lining up in the middle of the park, where he's used was often an interesting issue for them last year, because he's such an accomplished centre-back as well as central midfielder. They missed his drive at times, but he appears to be slotted into the middle with Moody playing alongside Henry Fagg in the heart of defence. Of course, Tyler Harrison leaving Greener past, he's a very promising young defender. He was such a dominant player in the heart of their defence last year, so a big loss, but they've replaced him with some decent signings. Hugh Slew will play up top, probably with Sunday. Michael Majorano looks like he's operating out on the right here. He's obviously going to be important. He'll play in midfield as well at times. And Kurt Engels, he's fully fit and firing to go. Missed a lot of last year with injury, and they were a much stronger team with him out there as any side would be. As Majorano looks to switch the play, but it's cut out there. Sunday working back, and that's a bit of a handball. He says it was arm, but I think a fair decision there from the official. Graham Wright, of course, another one. He's coming back, but he's not on the team sheet today. And in goals, I think we've got Matthew Ferguson lining up for the Zebras. And it's going to be probably a quieter day for him if this one plays out the way it's expected. You'd imagine Rangers will sit back and try and hit them on the break. But Zebras certainly, this man Jordan Muller, very consistent player, and I'll put the moz on him here as he loses out. Townhouse is there, no foul. Muller gets a second bite at it, plays it to the towering figure of Hugh Sloot. And Majorano is put out of play there by Lanu Atkinson as the referee draws it back. And Daniel Christie just in a little bit of difficulty there. I hope he's all right. Copped a bit of a knock. He's going to be an important player for this Rangers side today. One of the youngsters who's going to need to step up, and his shoulder looks to be in a bit of trouble here. So this is bad signs for Northern Rangers early on. He's limping off, grabbing that shoulder. I hope it hasn't popped out. Doesn't look particularly promising though for the youngster just getting back from his injury. Daniel Christie, and he looks to be in some trouble there. So disappointing way to start the game. And he looks like he's popped his shoulder out. So that would be the end of his day, you'd have to imagine. Daniel Christie, so very disappointing that. We wish him all the best and hope it doesn't keep him out too long. As the goalkeeper Luigi Cordova picks it up, replacing James Wilson in goals, who's of course deferred down south to play for South Hobart this year. So another one they've lost there as this one's launched long, and Ferguson just got there ahead of Lano Atkinson. Dangerous moment there. The Lano Atkinson boys, of course, going to be very important to this Rangers team. They're very accomplished footballers and both showed a fair bit last year, and with the exodus of players they've had, they're both going to need to step up this year. As surging in behind is Sunday, but getting across to deal with that is Patrick Lano Atkinson. And puts it behind. That looks like he's operating as a striker. As Sunday McKeown with a great chance, and he put it wide. He did well to bring it down and got a piece of it. Took a deflection though, so it'll be a Zebras corner. Point there, and almost the lead to Zebras inside the opening few minutes. The corner's delivered in. He's headed out of there, only as far as the Engel grinder. He lays it off from Jordan Muller, who sets Sunday McEwen a fair task. He wanted to try and keep it in, couldn't quite though, and Doherty, the man to take it away. Rangers. I wouldn't be surprised if they're hemmed in a bit here. Zebras are coming as warm favourites, so they're expected to monopolise the ball. Engels with the throw in. Goes the direct option into the box. Looking for Majorano. And Jaden Hay leaves it off, and now an overlapping run from Walsh. We know he's good at this. He sets it for the back post, but he's just overhit it. And will lose any chases there. Substitution is going to be made. The injury obviously to Daniel Christie. He's off and he's done for the day. And coming on for him is going to be John Wani, substitution, with one of the more flamboyant hairstyles you are likely to encounter in your times. Let's hope he's got as much flair on the pitch as he evidently does off, and he looks like he's going to come on and play up top. He He's slotted straight into that striker position, it would seem, as he strides across. And never good to see injuries, obviously. So be a substitution, a player down 5 minutes into the contest. Not what you want to see as this one floats over the top, and he's straight involved here. He's the substitute Wani, but he loses out. Henry Fagg delivers it forward. Suspicions of handball. Play on. Huxley won it. He want it back here in a minute from Majorano. He's shadowed though. And in the end is forced to retreat and go all the way back to Henry Fagg. Built from the back as Moody goes searching for Togula. Gets cut out though. Rangers breaking up the play well. It was a poor pass looking for the Townhouse. Couldn't get him. Here's Lano Atkinson. And it's forced away again by Fagg. Looked to be flicking it on his Majorano, and that's a foul from Lano Atkinson. Just a little shove on the number 10. An easy one for the referee to award. So Henry Fagg sends it forward. Sunday McEwen flicks on, but it's no one in particular. Here's the Townhouse. To get things going for Rangers. Couldn't find Wani up top though. Kurt Engels robbed of the ball by Lano Atkinson, who is still surging forward. He drops the shoulder, runs into the box and cuts it back for Wani, and he didn't quite find him. Oh, it's a real opening there, a real opportunity. Hay getting back and covering. He scythed through there. Did Lano Atkinson, and wasn't far away from giving Northern Rangers the lead against the run of play. Get the throw in though. They conjure up here. Chance to cross Wani centrally, and he beat Fagg in the air. He can't. He was solid. Lano Atkinson on the follow-up. Now the Townhouse duels with Sunday. Flicked on by Muller. Oh, Hughes with a beautiful ball from Majorano. Sets him out. He looks to cut inside. A couple of step overs and back outside. A lovely skill from the number 10. Well, suspicions of handball. The referee says no. And the goalie able to pick that one up. Your thoughts on this one so far, Jacob?
Yeah, it's sort of been end-to-end football, I think, so far. Couple of chances at both ends. Lano Atkinson had a good opportunity before, just couldn't get it to Wani, and as Lano Atkinson is dispossessed. And Hughie nearly played him Sunday, but and then Sunday also had another opportunity as we've got a deep ball in, but that's going to be dealt with by... Oh, no, it's not dealt with. Sunday's been able to pick it up. Wani, the early substitute. Townhouse. He's a class act, isn't he? And Rangers able to clear it. Wani with the ball out here on the left. And he just sees it trickle across the line.
Walsh getting it. We saw Monticio, I believe it's pronounced. I'm probably completely wrong with that.
We probably need to get another nickname, I think, mate.
Monty.
There we
Monty
go.
Up top for the Rangers, just screaming for the ball. Couldn't quite get the ball through to him though. Wani, the substitute, as Zebras look to build again on Muller. Surging forward, and he's just overhit that pass, but he was an impressive player last year, but if he's made some strides and improved, it'll be a really dangerous midfield pairing with Hay. Rocking what looks to be a 4-4-2 formation today is Zebs. Engels operating out on the left. Arano on the right. With Muller and Hay centrally. And Hugh Sloop, the bigger target man at the front too, with Sunday McEwen, who just scored a lot of goals last year. And he's got a partner up top now, more of a physical presence to complement him up top in Hugh Sloop.
Well, I mean, he's been one of the top players in the state for the last few seasons. It just he hasn't been playing in the top league in the state.
Yeah,
commitments to university. Zebras have been able to claw him
win the bidding war, as it were, for his services. More than a few clubs after
I
him.
think a few people would have liked him in their team's strip.
Yeah, he was in high demand, Hughes Luke, when he made the decision he was going to make the commitment and play in the top league this year. He had a host of clubs after him, but Zebras winning the battle. And on top early here, it's a lovely ball. Here he is, Hughes Luke. Can he show why? He's got a few ahead of him, and they defend him quite well there. He kept hold of the ball nicely though. Now Muller chips in looking for angles, but it's going to float over their heads. And now Atkinson can relieve the pressure. Flicked up over the top, looking for the run of Doherty, but Hay was across to clean up. Back to Moody, and now surging back the other way. Here's a break. They've got 3 on 2 if they can think their way through this. Well, now Atkinson in acres of space. The ball just took too long to get to him, but the move isn't done with yet. He looks up and drives, and a good save from Ferguson. Had to be alert. It was hit pretty hard, and a good save from the Zebras number 1 there to deny what was a pretty good hit, just straight out the keeper in the end.
And that's what they got to do. Probably not the pace quite there, but you just need to flick it one side and get your shot away. And he's got a great shot, Linnell Atkinson. Just waiting for the corner to be taken. Whipped in now.
Floated over the head of Ferguson. Now Ingles will take away. Looks up, doesn't see a lot ahead. He's looking for Sunday and picked him out with a beautiful ball. He plays it back to Muller, who's striding forward. His pass was poor though. Couldn't find Hay. Should have made that. Here's Wani. Well, now Atkinson wide on the left. He cuts inside, looking for some support. He might go on his own again.
They want him to be injury-free this year, really.
The overlapping run on the outside, but
not there.
Tenzing Anderson was the man providing it.
It's a big inclusion, Nick, Linnell Atkinson.
Both the Linnell Atkinson boys, real quality footballers, and now I suppose the leaders of this team, with a number of players leaving the club, they're certainly going to shoulder a lot of the load in an attacking sense. This one's up in the air, and alleged to infringe there was Tenzing Anderson lining up at left back today. Hay standing over this one. What can he conjure up here in central midfield today? And he's taking the free kick, and they weren't a lot of it. He's just overhit it though. And as such, Nairano can't quite get there. Clever, right idea. They certainly weren't expecting it. There's some rather stern words for Dwayne Walsh from Chris Hay on the sidelines, demanding something from his fullback there. I don't think he'd be entirely satisfied with the start they've made here, Zebras. They've probably been the better team so far, but been a little bit disorganised at times as this one goes out of play. So, yeah, just not a terrific pace being played at the moment. There's lovely work from Linnell Atkinson with the nutmeg there.
Was brilliant.
Nairano was brought down.
It away.
An easy free kick to award that one.
I think that is pronounced Marana.
Yeah, not a clue, but looks how, to me how it would be pronounced. But you know, it's not particularly easy when you're just reading a name off a team sheet to know exactly what it is.
That's correct.
I'm sure if for offending him and we're completely incorrect, he'll let us know about it.
Yes. Our sincere apologies if that's the case.
This one is punted forward and it's put out of play by Rigby. Once again lining up at centre back as he did all of last year. Here's Muller. Hacked out of there and unfashionably somewhat, but dealt with it. Ferguson plays it to Moody. Moody goes looking for Toghill. And the keeper comes flying out off his line, Cordova. And out of play it goes for a Zebras throw-in. Toghill with it. T-Pain, as he's affectionately known, lays it off for Majorano. He goes all the way back, retreats to Fag. He assesses his options and doesn't see anything he likes, so just goes sideways to Moody. He returns it to Fag. Patient build-up here from the Zebras. They did a lot of this last year. They like to keep the ball along the deck, keep possession and wait for an opening. Here's Hughesloot, who's done it beautifully. They've crafted this well. Engels overlapping. Beautiful ball to McKeown. It's clinical football from the Zebras, and they're ahead 1-0. Beautiful build-up. They were patient, methodical about it. They just kept working it, waited for the opening, then it came.
Here's a lovely through ball. That through ball.
Sublime. Engels puts it on a platter for Sunday, who did well to finish.
Well, he did miss a few of those last year.
He made no such mistake there, but the Hughesloot through ball, exceptional, and that's what he brings to the team. That's why
it was a
clubs are
brilliant cross and a great finish by McCown as well. Well played, Zebras, 1-0.
So the favourites ahead on their home turf here. A slow build-up, yielding dividends for them. Really nicely done that. And Hughesloot, just with a perfect through ball. And he's going to be a massive figure up top for them. How will the Rangers respond to going behind? A long throw, floats over the head of Lanau Atkinson, and in the end, a foul throw. Zebras looking to build here through Dwayne Walsh. To Engels' feet, he turns beautifully, Kurt Engels. He switched flanks for now, and he almost puts it through for Majorano, but it's cleared. Tolkien wins the header. Back to Majorano. The switch in the flanks has clearly worked as he floats one of the back post, and Hughesloot was lurking dangerously. He's a sizable figure up there. Pretty good ball in the end, slightly overhit for Hughesloot. So called over. Takes his time and eventually launches it long. Monticchio, the target, couldn't find him. Away by Tenzing Anderson, only as far as Dwayne Walsh. Comes flying in. Spills out off him and out of play. Walsh couldn't quite get there, so he's Monticchio. What can he do? He looks to get inside a Fag, but sweeping across to defend and tracking back nicely is Jordan Muller. And he puts it behind for a corner. 20 minutes gone by here at KG5 in the final game of today's triple header. The earlier results, in case you missed them, a thumping comeback from Launceston City as they beat Kingborough 3-1 after trailing 1-0. A 2-0 win to Devonport over Clarence as this one is headed away by Hughesloot. Won't clear the area though, and be a chance for Lanau Atkinson to have a run into the box. Lays it off in the end. The cross to the back post is just overhit. Tenzing Anderson was making a run there, trying to sneak in, couldn't find it, somehow stays in play, and now Atkinson fighting hard, making them earn it. In the end, they do a pretty good job and just clear the area with a big deflection. Tolkill, the man, hacking it out of there and winning the throw for his team. Down the line he goes, the townhouse, lets it drop. Hughesloot was lurking. Aiden Rigby dispossessed by Sunday, who I think fouled him in the process, and that'll be the reprieve they were after. Tenzing Anderson plays across to the townhouse, who's dropping really deep. He's been playing a very deep line defensive midfield role so far. Probably a result of his team not having all the ball this Sunday now. He looks to play it through for Hugh Sloot. Tenzing Anderson was back there and plays it to Cordova. He'll thump it out. Finds Monticchio. Monty, as we're going to call him. A little drop of the shoulder. The fool's hay. He's done well. He's still going. He's got a couple to pick out in the box. One of them's Lano Atkinson. His touch was heavy though. He kicks the post in frustration. He knows a slightly softer touch, and that could very well have been 1-0. It's a brilliant play. One of the front man for the Northern Rangers. In the end, well, disappointed they didn't make more of that. And now Atkinson almost forcing the turnover. Pressuring Dwayne Walsh there. Here's Toghill, or Moody rather. Carried out, here's Toghill on the end of it, making a surging run forward, and that's put out a play by Patla now, Atkinson. Right fullback. It's Sunday looking to surge into the box again, but oh dear. A fumble there from Cordova, nearly very costly. It looked like a regulation catch, and in the end fumbled it. That could have been very costly. Here's Lanau Atkinson. What can he do? Put his brother on, and he picks him out. Walsh read it, and his head on it and nodded out of play just to break that up before it could develop. The game settling in here. 1-0 courtesy of Adam Sunday McKeown. As he always tends to do, just bobbing out for the tap in, was put on a platter for him by Engels. As this ball comes through, Cordova should be able to gather that one. There's no one there for Zebras. Plays it to Tenzing Anderson. He launches it down the line. Even Monty gets his boot on it, looking for Wani, but easy enough for Moody to deal with, and he heads back to Ferguson, who can reload through Toghill. Moody to Hay. Couldn't miscontrol there. Won it back though, good challenge, although then lost immediately. Rangers building, Lanau Atkinson. Oh, it's a sliding challenge. Didn't quite get it right. Goes down the box and a penalty awarded. Oh, skipping through, and the referee had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. We'll have a look at the replay. It's Pat Lanau Atkinson, I think. He skips on through. Just got a little bit of a nudge there. He goes down pretty easily. Hay, the man who's made contact, and felt the contact hit the deck, and you're playing with fire when you kind of reach out and shove them in the box, and down he goes. Penalty Rangers.
There was contact, but he certainly made the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Felt it went down. So it's going to be
still a penalty in my opinion, though.
I think it was a penalty too.
Yeah.
It's going to be Monticchio, Monty, as we're calling him, to step up from the spot to level for Northern Rangers. And he buries it. 1-1.
Very
Beautiful
well taken penalty.
Decisively struck. Didn't give the keeper a chance. And Rangers a little bit against the run of play. And Monticchio is what the linguist D. Gills referred to him as. So Monticchio it is. And he has gone bang and smashed that one in from the penalty spot to level the score here at KG5. And Rangers will be happy with that. They've won the penalty and they've taken their chance. And despite Zebras probably having the better of this contest so far, we're back to square one.
Yeah, we are, Andrew. Against the run of play a little bit. They were creating a few opportunities, but I thought Zebras had the better amount of the play. But I guess the last 5 minutes, Rangers were up and about, and they've got a reward.
Here's Moody. Diving header there. Well, now Atkinson to put it out of play. Toghill. Majorano. Couldn't beat Lanau Atkinson, who plays it forward, and Toghill's there to cut that out. An interesting game developing here at 1-1. Rangers have settled. And they're up for this fight. As we see Connor Doherty, I think, number 16 back there. Long raking pass. Searching for Linnell Atkinson. Nick, that is. Didn't find him. Fag plays it across and Moody hacks it. Not particularly pretty. And now Pat Linnell Atkinson puts it out of play. So here's Sunday McEwen. Well dispossessed there. Linnell Atkinson, the man who won the penalty. Played in. Little dummy from Sunday, lets it run. The danger averted for now. Just happy to settle things down here, Rangers. Take the sting out of this contest. I think the slower the pace of the game, the more it suits them. You don't really want an open end-to-end type game as we were seeing earlier. Handball against the Townhouse there, and just to be careful with that little kicking the ball away. We've seen a few instances of that today, which some have resulted in bookings, some haven't. Been a bit of a lottery, but just a bit unnecessary. Anyway, here's Dwayne Walsh on the right-hand side. What can he do? Looks up, doesn't like what he sees, so he goes back to Fag. He chips it in. Huxley's favourite for this. Comes off his back. Might fall for Sunday. Doesn't want to bring it under control. Oh, and then a wild lash at the ball for Majorano, and collected only the man. And the referee will give him a talking to, and perhaps just a little ticking off in the name. The name in the notebook, as we see that coming off the back of Huxley. Sunday laying it off. It was a fair slap at the ball from Majorano, but collected only the man. Cordova can relieve the pressure with a goal kick. Launches long. And Sikio the target. Couldn't find him. Zebras will come back the other way. Here's the Dwayne pipe. And Salty's teammate a little bit short with that pass, and Kinsey Anderson actually kicks it out of play. So, Dwayne Walsh. Hay and Huxley competing against each other for the same ball. The Townhouse flicks one up and looked like handball. Sunday, fair to say he doesn't agree. There's a few choice words for the referee after that one. But free kick is blown. Rigby standing over it. Might play back to Griffin. He doesn't. He goes long looking for a run of Lanu Atkinson. Couldn't find him. Ferguson gathers. Plays it to Hay. Jaden Hay. Huxley worked that well. Now Engels overlapping. Going to get him behind Tedzik Anderson here. It's a real battle down the flank. Engels gets to the byline and getting across nicely to cover there was Griffin. And he puts it behind for a corner. Again, Kurt Engels showing his quality in wide areas. He's a constant threat to opposing fullbacks. So quick. In the blink of an eye, can get him behind. And he's someone that Tedzik Anderson is really going to have to mark closely. He takes it short to Engels, trying to catch him off guard. He's going to smash this one with his right foot, which is his non-preferred, and perhaps that just showed a little bit as he skewed it across the face of goal there. Yeah, well across the face of goal, that one. Zebras just beginning to reassert themselves on this contest now as we've got past the half-hour mark. Just starting to get back on top. Score 1-1. Early McEwen strike cancelled out by a Monticchio penalty shortly afterwards in this opening game, or opening round rather, of the Tasmanian PlayStation 4 NPL. Promising to be an intriguing season. Zebras highly fancied to be amongst the teams at the business end of the year as genuine title contenders. They want to be getting off to the best possible start. And the victory over the Rangers here. Here's Engels. Centering ball for Muller. A little bit quiet the last few minutes, but he chips this one looking for Huxley. Controls it with his head. And then cuts back inside. And his second man there. Engels might try and curl this one in. That in the end just floated into the hands of Cordova.
Yeah, it still seems to be some end-to-end football, Andrew. But here's another long ball, and they are playing quite a few long balls. The Rangers, as Walsh runs up the right and plays through to Hoosloot. Plays it through to Muller. Hay on the ball now. Back to Hoosloot. Got a little bit of space. Looks for McEwen, who had a bit of space but just couldn't quite get that.
Vital intervention from Griffin, and in the end the keeper came flying off his line. If Majorano could have just got to it and hooked it back, he was in no man's land, but it's gone across the line for a goal kick. Zebra's certainly on top at the moment. Winning the midfield battle. Cordova in no rush to take this one. He launches it long. Monticchio will be the target. He's playing that centre forward kind of role. He's the target of most of their aerial attacks. Townhouse lost out there to Sunday, and now Atkinson with a customary burst forward. He's already won a penalty with one such run. He's certainly a fullback who loves to get forward and attack. Both of these teams right backs fitting that bill. Dwayne Walsh, certainly a very attacking fullback for Zebras. A striker once upon a time. He's settled into that fullback role for quite a while now at Zebras, and Tolkill, the pairing for all of last season. A very reliable duo there, and Tolkill wins that tackle and might have set up an attack for his team here. Here's Hay, striking across to Angles. Got it nicely, got inside, looks to get onto his left foot. Muller dinks one over the top for Hay, who continued his run. He's stood up by Tenzing Anderson, flicks in the back post. Luke's there. Got his header on target. But had no real power behind it. Easy enough for Cordova that. He launches it long. Header won by Fag. Tenzing Anderson beats out Engels. Here's the Townhouse. And now Atkinson. Fighting hard with Hay for it in the middle, and did well to shrug off the attention of Hay to keep the ball in his team's possession. Now a raking pass. Searching there. Wing for Mark Christie. Wins the ball for his side. It'll be a throw in. Here's Christie. Lays it off. Wasn't the best layup you'll ever see though. In the end, it's taking a little touch and it's going to be a Zebra's ball. Well, now Atkinson can't quite believe, but I think it did take a last touch off a Rangers man. Told who to take. He's Moody. Demanding some movement. And admittedly, it's pretty stagnant up ahead of him, so he just goes sideways to Fag, who shifts it to Walsh. Walsh plays in Engels. Returns it. They link up. Well shut down by Rangers. They force them back, and as usual, Zebras very patient. They love to pass the ball out from the back. A long ball out of there is last resort for them. They're a team that likes to keep it along the carpet. There's a sliding challenge from the Townhouse.
Brilliant tackle.
Up Engels' progress, but they'll keep going forward through Jordan Muller. Stays on his feet well, Muller. Now he can set it to Majorano. He looks to get inside of Lanao Atkinson, and in the end the referee's going to bring it back for an initial foul as we have another look at this challenge from the Townhouse. A good one, good young defensive midfielder Harry Townhouse, a favourite of ours up here, and he's been pretty busy.
Good name to call, isn't it?
The Townhouse.
Townhouse
Needs to really assert himself on the contest today, because they're coming up against a pretty handy midfield of the Zebras. The Ingles, probably the likely candidate to whip this one in. He'll take it short. He'll be on the receiving end of it, and sold a little short there. Or perhaps a little far. It wasn't the best ball from Majorano. And
they've got a break on here.
Vulnerable the other way. Bursting through the middle here is Doherty, if he can get to it. He can't beat Dwayne Walsh to the ball, though, who just thumps it out of there, and it's a pretty good clearance that Hughesloot brilliantly controls and cuts inside. Tenzig Anderson is on him, but Hughesloot, well, he fought hard, but in the end there was just too many Rangers shirts around him and had no real support of his own. Here's the townhouse.
And Warney's down at the moment, and he's raising his hands up to the bench. Looks to be grabbing maybe his quad. Referee stopped play now. Zebras have kicked the ball out, I believe.
Well, he's a substitute for an already injured Christie, so if the substitute gets injured too, that'd be a real
and confirmation, unfortunately, for Daniel Christie, it is a dislocated shoulder, and he's leaving KG5 in an ambulance.
Yeah, never good to say. It didn't look good, did it?
Yeah, so obviously thoughts are with Daniel and his family and those that know him, and we hope he gets a speedy recovery and not in too much pain.
Yeah, I never like to see that. It didn't look good, and this doesn't look particularly good for the substitute Wani either. In fact, the players all coming across the side to regroup, have a chat and have some drinks, so they could be down to one substitute after 38 minutes here, which is not going to please Dane Hudson too much. He's been a bit stiff on the injury front so far.
Yeah, unfortunately sometimes that's football, Andrew, but not much you can do about it. You've just got to regroup and look at your depth and see what the boys that are playing the Northern Premier League can offer. And
look at that penalty again from Monticchio. Absolutely smashed it home. That's confidence. That's what you want to see from a penalty taker. Don't give me this stuttering rubbish. Get up and smack it.
I completely agree with you.
Just get up and hit the thing.
As soon as someone starts to stutter, I just close my eyes. I still remember Mark Viduka going up and stuttering. He stuttered when he missed it in the shootout against Uruguay, and he stuttered when he missed it against the Netherlands, I think it was.
Monticchio favouring the Aloisi approach and just belted into the corner there as we have a look at
just pick
Zebra's
your spot,
goal.
go up and go bang.
Zebra's goal, which was beautifully worked by Hughesloot. And Engels put the cross in. And Sunday, all he had to do was tap it home, although it wasn't.
Well, Warney's now running around like he's a marathon runner, so I'm not really sure what was going on there.
Yeah, he looks a little bit proppy, but he's going to continue for now. So
I mean, it's not like he was trying to stop play because there wasn't any play to stop.
Toghill overlapping now. Cuts it in. This might be on a platter for Engels. It is, but he put it straight at the keeper. Oh, good save in the end, but Kurt Engels will feel he maybe should have done better. Brilliant cross from Toghill. Put it on the penalty spot for him, and Engels just couldn't quite direct the shot in the end, and a sigh of relief for the Rangers. Cordova saved well, but either side of him, Engels may well have restored his side's lead there. Brilliant play from Toghill down the left, and here is that man Wani, who is showing no ill effects from his injury, but he can't win a corner for his team there, and it'll be a goal kick Zebra's way as we tick past 40 minutes and get close to half time here. The score still locked up at 1 apiece. The Zebras have definitely shaded the contest so far as Toghill plays it forward. That's well cut out there by Griffin though. And here's Majorano. Lobs one over the top for Hughesloot, but Cordova off his line and alert to the threat with Hughesloot. Townhouse. Plays it out to the right for Christie. Doherty to Christie, and now Atkinson with a step over, another step over, but he can't get around Fag. Kept fighting for it while on the ground though, and he's won the ball back for his team, so well done. Lanau Atkinson times two. They combine on the right flank, but they lose the ball. Down away. He's got Hughesloot ahead, but he's offside. Opts to play back. Fag now playing it forward. That's well cut out by Griffin. In the townhouse. He's got Wani in space. He decides to go centrally to Monticchio instead. Now Wani might be the option. It's a good diagonal ball through to him. He just keeps it in play, but he had straight offside, which will kill that attack. So you can see the threat on the counter. They've got some speed there, and they've looked good going back the other way when Zebras have overcommitted forward, but Zebras, perhaps unsurprisingly, controlling possession. Not sure what the issue is here. Told to take a step a little bit wide of the A free kick to be taken from, and Walsh will just play it straight back to Fag. So we're back where we were. Here's Hay. Back to Walsh. Dwayne Pipe doesn't like what he sees, so he again goes back to Fag. This patient build-up play again. Walsh is clipped afterwards, and that'll be a slice of cheese on the thought for Tenzig Anderson. A little bit cynical. Walsh looking to overlap, put on the afterburners down that right-hand flank, and was hacked down as he tried to do so. So the first slice of cheese there, very late indeed from Tenzig Anderson. He goes into the book just before half-time, which I'm sure won't please Dane Hudson all that much. Fag. Moody. Bit of room out on the left here for Toghill. Lovely ball in the end for Majorano. Running Griffin, shaping to shoot. He was always going high, but a good run, just couldn't finish it off. He's looked lively. End product not quite been there, but he's shown plenty of flashes in this first 45 minutes, the new signing. And I think he and Engels offer them pretty good balance on the flanks, especially with the fullbacks, Toghill and Walsh. They've got some serious threat from wide areas, the Zebras side.
Yeah, they are very dangerous, and we've already seen how dangerous that can be with the goal that they managed to score. That's what they did do. They played it down on the flank, down on the right, and then the cut back, and Johnny on the spot, McCowan, finished well because it was bobbling up. It wasn't a simple tap-in. He had to control it well and placed it just inside the post.
So Hay against his opposite number, Monticchio. He'll spill out a play before Engels can get his head to it. Captain of the Zebras, Kurt Engels, is the townhouse. It's put out in front of him, but his pass wasn't great, not on the same page there. Walsh looking to bomb on forward again, but Tenzig Anderson was there to cut it out. Although Walsh, he followed up well. He's surging into the box now. Can he set someone up? Dwayne Walsh, he has a shot himself in the end. It might have been a cross, I'm not too sure. In the end, they've maintained the ball and lashing it as Muller. But that wasn't the prettiest effort that you will ever see. And in the end, just before half-time, Zebras with a good moment in attack, but just lacking the end product again. And unless we see some late action here, we're going to go into the half-time break all square. It was a great run from Dwayne Walsh. He butted up his first effort, recovered the ball, tore into the opposition box. He's got a serious turn of pace. There's the Dwayne pipe. He's Cordova. Hay gets across to win the header. Hughes slid up against the townhouse. He's been marking him pretty tightly. I think that's maybe a handball against Monticchio. The referee doesn't spot it, and it's play on. And the end out of play for a throw in. In the shadows of half-time here. Can the Rangers conjure up something before the break? The townhouse lays it back to Tenzig Anderson. Rigby just hacks it onto the roof of the stand. It's not thunder overhead, that's just the ball on the roof. The rain has blissfully stayed away today. We're expecting a pretty cold and windy one again out here at KG5, but it's been a pretty good day for the massive triple header of action we've had. We're drawing to a close in. We've got 45 more minutes before round one is run and done. There's the townhouse, nods that one out of play away from Hughes Luke. Just tailing him everywhere. He's the townhouse, almost playing as a fifth centre back. He's certainly been charged with man marking Hughes Luke by the looks of things. Hughes Luke wins that header though. Engels centres it for Muller. His touch a little heavy. Now Toghill, his touch also a bit heavy. Turns into a pass and they'll retreat back to Moody. Coming down the right now, Walsh gets in behind Tenzig Anderson. He's bombing on. What can he do? He delivers a cross and Hughes gets a touch on it, and in the end it deflects centrally. There was no one there to gather. I'm seeing some real threatening runs from Dwayne Walsh late in the half. He's becoming more of a factor.
Anderson could be off here.
He's kicked out of him.
He has kicked him, and that should be a yellow card, and he should be off.
Well, there you go, Joe. Your bat wants the second yellow. We'll have a
look at the replay, and surely you'll agree with me, people at home. He didn't have to do that. He he wasn't going for the ball at all.
I reckon that's a warning. If he does that again, he'll be in trouble.
Well, he's very lucky to stay in the park there, Anderson.
Well, he's certainly only having just been cautioned moments earlier. He's going to need to be careful. And
Silly play.
It's going to give Dwayne Walsh reason to surge forward as Hughesley gets there ahead of the keeper. His header didn't have the direction on it though. And Townhouse sees he's taken into some real trouble there. Just cleared the area. No need for the fancy passing out from the box, and that brings it to half time. I reckon Rangers will take that. They need to regroup. The last 5 minutes, the Zebras really pegging the back.
They certainly did.
Though, and we're 1-1 at the break. So it's been a pretty interesting first half.
Here are the goals here now. So it's the through ball and Angles with the cross. Look at it bobbled up there. So McCowan actually really good there to keep that down and to place it well into the corner. Yeah. Brilliant stuff by the striker.
Tidy finish indeed. Their lead didn't last long. Well, now
this is how you take a penalty. Those at home, that's how you take a penalty.
And after being held down, it was Monticchio who stepped up and levelled the scores. And that is how we remain at the half. We'll be back for the final 45 minutes of Super Saturday, the triple header at KG5, very shortly. Welcome back to KG5 for the final time today on Super Saturday of PS4 NPL Tasmania round 1 action. Hobart Zebras battling with Northern Rangers. It's been a fascinating arm wrestle so far. The Zebras have shaded it, but on the scoreboard it's 1-1, and they've got it all to do in the second half. And Northern Rangers are probably kicking into a fairly stiff breeze in the second half, so that'll certainly be an advantage to Zebras. But look, they were rugged, they fought hard, they've made Zebras earn every patch of grass out there, so I wouldn't expect them to be yielding. As a big blow here, however, though, Nick Lanau-Atkinson is being subbed off to start the half, so that's a huge blow, Jacob.
Yeah, very interesting. I would have to presume he's injured. He's one of their playmakers, so that's another injury to them now. They've already had a couple go down. One's already off. One's been able to stay on in Wani. Poor Dan Christie's off at hospital. They're dropping like flies as Wani starts off the half and is booted forward. Header well won and well in by Muller. As Zebras get us underway, and Hughes Luke's chasing that one, but it's cleared out for a throw in.
So a big blow. Now Atkinson off. I think, well, that's not the clearest the team sheet I've ever read. I think it's Matthew Youb who's come on to replace.
Yeah, that's correct.
Someone's got not the greatest handwriting I've ever seen now, but Matthew Youb is going to come on. He's got big shoes to fill, so we're down to one sub, and that's one of their best players there. So this one's hacked out of there. Youb give chase. Wani pressuring him, but no issue there. This one's just launched long towards Sunday, but the keeper caught him. Always favourite to gather that one, and he does so with ease. Headed away by Fag. And one by Muller. Down to there by Rigby. And Tikio now, but Muller tracking back well is the central midfielder. Plays it back to Moody. Showed some nice skills to just buy himself a yard of space and get it to Toghill. Back to Muller, back to Moody. And they'll shift it out to the right now. Fag with plenty of time and space. Does it short for Hay. Dropping deep to receive. Out across now to Fag. He goes down the line, searching for Hughes-Lute. Brings it under his spell, looks up, looks to shimmy past a couple, just holds up and allows the overlapping run to come from Majorano, and he wins the corner. So, first opportunity from the corner to the Zebras of the second half here as Hay trots across to take it. They send some tall timber forward. There's no shortage of bodies getting forward, just the two men staying back, so he's got 7 to pick out in the box. And he succeeds only in picking out Tenzing Anderson, who then has a second chance to clear and does it pretty poorly. And the Zebras will get the throw in a good area. Majorano wants it short. Hay says no, we're going long and strong. The tall timber's still up there from the corner. Moody, Hughes-Lute. Well away with the head though, and Townhouse can clear the danger, but not for long. Hay will pump it back in, will he? Well done there by the Townhouse to block off the crossing lane, and then a bit of an error from Hay allows the ball to run for the Townhouse. Back to Tenzing Anderson, of course, walking a bit of a tightrope on a yellow card and probably been ticked off another time. Here's Muller. Majorano drops the shoulder, gets down the flag. This is good running from him, but eventually the numbers win out. Rangers can clear. Being hemmed in early though. It's going to come right back at them. Well, that was not the best pass from Muller. Toghill made it work though. Hit it first time. And Toghill comes strongly through. fair bit of the ball, took a bit of the man. The referee gives the foul, and they're going to waste the opportunity here, I think. So we have a look at the replay. Right, anyway. Well done there by Griffin to set the gap. The pass wasn't great though. Majorano bursting through the middle of the park. He looks up, gets onto his right foot, but the townhouse was there. Just boxed him out of it. Good work by the townhouse to shut that down. Wiley's not going to get that. Fag can just play it back to Ferguson. Ferguson. To Moody. He and Hay play the ball to each other, and then he'll shift it back across to Fag. Slow build up. It was how they got their first goal, the Zebs. Their only goal, in fact. First goal of the game. 1-1. Sunday McEwen might try and jump on this, but it'll be brought back for a foul on Walsh. So we have a look at this Tog Hill challenge again. He's flying in, and gets the ball, follows through, gets a little bit of the man too. So probably fair enough. Good challenge, good to see the Rangers player getting straight back up. Here's Walsh. Majorano just overhit the return ball for Walsh. So he goes over the fence, and I think he's going to become an increasing factor in this game, especially with Tenzing Anderson on that yellow card. Walsh is going to really look to bomb on, attack as often as he can down that flank. Certainly as they chase the game, you'd expect the fullbacks to get more and more involved for Zebras. 1-1 for the time being. They have been the better side though. Here's the townhouse. Wani. Well done there by Fag, who was surely fouled afterwards. Left a bit in on him, and that'll be an easy one for the referee to bring back. Pretty blatant. See the replay there, and just blocked him off there. Just took a step. Nothing too bad. He'll be fine as he gets back to his feet, and Hay standing over it, ready to swing this one in. The long ball. Hughes-Luke might get this. He does. They got too much of it and guides it over the bar in the end. There's a real presence in the box. There's a beautiful ball in from Jaden Hay. Really perfectly placed. Hughes-Luke got it, but couldn't get down and over the top of it. And so it floats over the bar for a goal kick. Yeah, talk out there from the Zebras players. They're fired up. They know what's at stake. Don't want to be dropping points early in the season. This goal kick will go straight to Hay. Hughes-Luke up against Tenzing Anderson. Just waited a moment too long and let Tenzing in. Here's Monticchio. Some nice work there. Almost played Swearat into trouble. Eventually, Linnell Atkinson would play into the middle of the park, and Linnell Atkinson would just launch it out of there. Moody leads all comers though, and he'll play it back to Ferguson, who wants to return it to Moody, who didn't want it, so he instead goes long. Engels with a well-directed header into the path of Majorano, overlapping his Walsh now. Here's Dwayne Walsh running at Tenzing Anderson, takes the step around him, but didn't see the ball out in the end. Oh, it just did, according to the sideline official over there. Just decided, the linesman, that it had crossed. So look at the replay. And I think from that incredibly difficult angle due to it being blocked, it did cross the line, so probably a good decision by the assistant there. And a sigh of relief, I think, for Tenzing Anderson, after Walsh appeared to have hooked it back. Goal kick. Townhouse beaten in the air by Moody. Hughes-Luke flicks on well. Cut out by Rigby. Hay down to Engels. Here's Muller. Back to Toghill. Hay. McEwen Back to Hay, gets around the townhouse, plays it through for Sunday. Oh, had a chance to go down there, didn't. Throw it to him. Oh, Huxley forces the turnover, centres it for Angles, but the defence, his back's to the wall stuff here. They're just holding on. And Monticchio disrupts the Hay shot. Huxley, well, that's what he can do. He's so hard to get around. He's not someone I would ever advise trying to dribble around, even if you've got a spare metre. He's just got this innate ability to disrupt the play, to make the tackle and win it back. His forward pressure is as good a feature as anything he's got as a striker. And he almost undone there. Hay goes sliding in. Now Atkinson. Oh, body's flying in. Toghill with a sliding challenge. There's a bit of feeling out there. A few meaty challenges flying in. I know what's at stake. So we have a look at that mad scramble again. Really. Now Atkinson is just caught unaware by Huxley. Centred it. It was the Townhouse who blocked off Engels in the end, so some good work from Harry Townhouse, who's done a lot of that today. He's been sitting pretty deep for the most part. He's almost been playing as another centre-back at times, but he's done a pretty good job of negating the influence of Huxley in this one. He's certainly been called upon a number of times. This goal kick's just going to sit in the breeze. You can see it is a factor. Hay chips it through, looking for the overlapping run of Engels. Wide on the left, but it's put out of play by Lanau Atkinson. Engels will take the throw in, launches it long, flicked on. Oh, it was well done there by Moody. Muller tried to bring it under control, couldn't quite. Sunday McEwen does really well. Townhouse across. Oh, brilliantly won though by the Townhouse. His next touch was poor and let back in Jordan Muller. Eventually, the Zebras will regain control of the ball through Fag, who passes back all the way to his keeper.
Yeah, it's all Hobart Zebras here in the last 10 minutes. They're really pushing here and looking to take the lead and getting the better. As we see, McEwen can't quite get to the ball in time, and Rangers able to get away as Hughes looking to come through, and it looks like one he may have fouled him, but not given, and Cordova will come through and collect.
Lucky to get away with that one, I reckon, Warney.
Well, he did come from behind, and
I think he
do we have a replay here? Yeah, he didn't get the ball and collected the player.
Yeah, I think probably helped himself by falling over and making it look like he didn't really infringe on Huxley that much as the ball was played forward. Walsh competing in the air there with Doherty, who gives chase, but they'll go all the way back to the safety of Ferguson, who just launches it long. Straight to Rigby, who clears. Here's Majorano. Sliding challenge from Rigby. It was late. And then he got a fair bit of the ball. He's got a slice of cheese, though, and still down.
I'm not sure about that. It looked like just a good challenge. Studs up, though.
He gets the ball and follows through and gets Walsh.
No, the studs were raised. That's what the yellow's for.
The first foot came through and got the ball, but his second one has just gone straight on through to Walsh, and he's still down, which is not good to see.
If you have the studs raised, and even if you win the ball, it's a pretty dirty tackle.
So Walsh still down. We hope he's all right. He got a nasty blow with that one. So getting some attention from the trainer. Well, we've already seen a shoulder dislocation. Would be a shame if we saw another serious injury in the same game. You never like to see that.
No, you don't.
Walsh appears to be in some distress at the moment.
Oh, well, it's just good news that we see him on his feet walking. Obviously, he's quite sore and hurt, but the good news is he is walking.
Yeah, so nothing major structurally at any rate, you would think from that, but definitely a nasty stinger. It does present Jaden Hay with another chance to try and curl one in to the likes of Hugh Sloot and Moody. In the end, he succeeds only in finding the goalkeeper, and Cordova picks someone out of the air, and trying to launch the Rangers away. He plays it to Lanau Atkinson. He surges forward, won the penalty. Such an attacking player. He's a bit off more than he can chew there. Moody stepped up, dispossessed him. McEwen to Hughesloot. He's got Engels free if he can find him. He does. Kurt Engels. Oh, he's just taking the shot early. Need to steady himself with the touch.
Take the touch, son. Take the touch and then ram it at the near post.
He had plenty of space. Hughesloot again, the creator, and
the touch, and the goalkeeper was in the middle of the goal, so he had the near post. He could have just side-footed it into, probably.
Yeah, just needed to take a touch to control it. Get himself set. He made the very intelligent run. It was well picked out by Hughesloot. It was well done winning the ball by Moody in midfield. Rob Lanau Atkinson, and because Lanau Atkinson had gone on that surging run, there was that big gap for Engels to get in.
I love watching a good left-footed player, though, with a strong left foot there.
Well, it wasn't a strong left foot by any means, but that was...
Oh, he has a strong left foot, but it wasn't a strong left foot strike on that occasion.
He's got a cracking left foot when he gets onto him, that's for sure. That was not the case there, and another chance goes begging for the Zebras. So we reach the hour mark of this one. Now looking the more likely of the two sides, though. He's played forward, and Doherty tries to trap it, but it's put out of play there. Throw in, nodded away by Fag. The Townhouse starting to just bob up forward a little bit more. The overlapping run, here's a chance for Rangers on the break. It's a poor cross though, straight to Ferguson. And he'll go along to Sunday. His touch was poor, and now Atkinson also. Muller slid after it, and bit of a messy passage of play comes to its end. Now Atkinson forced to scramble back as he was caught out of position, and Engels was the target. Here he goes again, looks with the long throw. It's a good one. Hughesloot, he tried to chip the keeper. Gordon did well to be alert to it. He got two gloves up and makes a pretty strong save in the end. A throw came over the top of Griffin. Hughesloot, well, it was creative. He saw the gap. He went for it. The keeper was alert to the danger. Got his mitts up and denied Hughesloot the go-ahead goal. Corner opportunity though. Hay curls it in. Near post headed away by Lanau Atkinson, and it'll be take two. Hay puts it right back now on the spot, and he says, we'll just try that again. This time it's a better ball, and it beats everyone. Hughesloot was making the run at the far post. He just couldn't quite get a foot on it. It was a delightful ball. Hit with pace, it was curling. The keeper was screamed there by his own man, and in the end, it was Hughesloot and Moody, neither of whom could get a piece on it when a tiny little touch would have had them ahead in the game. It remains 1-1. It wasn't far away. A wicked corner delivery there. So we see Sherman warming up on the sidelines. What a bad man to be able to call upon for Chris Hay. Came to the club late last year and had a real impact. A bustling, real niggly centre forward. His physical presence has an eye for goal and could be a difference maker. About half an hour left. Not going to be too much longer before we see the introduction of Sherman. Beautiful flick on there from Hughesloot, but well kept out by Griffin. The Townhouse plays it for Christie. Christie's pass blocked off by the Dwayne Pipe. He was looking for Doherty, and in the end it spills out of play. Walsh with the throw. Goes to Hughesloot, turns Townhouse well, but he couldn't get past Tenzig Anderson. Walsh goes again to Hughesloot, real target man. He shrugs off the attention of Townhouse and skips around one. And in the end, Hughesloot, a victim of his own honesty there. Many players probably would have hit the deck and possibly got the penalty, but stayed on his feet, and unfortunately, it's to his detriment. So there were suspicions of a foul there. Hacked out of there by Griffin. And the onslaught will continue as we have a look at the replay. A little attention, and yeah, it would have been a soft one, but seen him given. Moody pressured, gets it to Toghill. Toghill will go back to Moody. He might be forced to go all the way back to Ferguson. There's a foul there. Getting in his back a little bit was Christie. Mooney will switch play. It's Henry Fagg marching forward with the ball. With Tyler Harrison gone, he's experienced hand at the heart of defence now. Here's a chance for Walsh, and it will spill through for Sunday, who was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but Walsh bobbing up in an advanced area there. He shaped to shoot on his non-preferred left though. Didn't make the greatest contact, and danger averted. So Cordova with the goal kick. 20 minutes into the half, and it has been all one-way traffic. Zebras really piling it on here, just haven't been able to find that breakthrough. Rangers doing a good job at the back. Tolkill punches it in the midfield. Hughesloot has been impressive. He has time to turn here and play in Kurt Engels. He looked to cross it in. I think that might have taken a deflection, did it? No, it was just a poor ball in the end from Engels. And it's going to be another goal kick, and I don't waste too many more. It's a really poor ball from Engels. Very uncharacteristic, that. A chance to whip one in. Hughesloot becoming an increasing factor in this game. He's really exerting some serious influence on this contest at the moment. But so far, Rangers defence holding up to the test. Griffin and Rigby being given a real test in the heart of defence. Anderson and Lanau Atkinson, the fullbacks. And a bit of time wasting perhaps from Cordova here. I reckon the 1-1 draw would certainly suit Rangers a lot more than it would Zebras. Muller wins the header. Some good work there. Pressuring him. The throw in will go Rangers' way. Tolkill wins the header. Townhouse. Back to Lanau Atkinson, who felt the little clip by Sunday McEwen and went down. There was definitely contact. Not a heap of it. Yeah, very, very minimal. I could hear the boot on boot sound effects, but probably not enough to make him go down like that, as we see an easy one for the keeper there, and again they'll reload. Again, Rangers not offering much threat. They're devoid of any ideas going forward. Here's Kurt Engels now. What can he conjure up? He plays in McEwen. He turns onto his right, but he's immediately pressured there by Griffin, who's put in a very good shift in the heart of defence today. Hasn't done a lot wrong. Engels will go with the long throw again onto the head of Hughesloot. He wins it centrally, but away by Tenzing Anderson once more. They continue to hold on doggedly. This one's whipped straight back in. McEwen flicked on. It'll fall to Engels at the back post. He has time to chip one into Hughesloot. Oh, what a save. No, couldn't keep it out. Corley got 2 gloves, but it wasn't enough to deny Hughesloot. Well, it had been coming. They've been well on top all half, and they finally get their breakthrough. And it's that man, Luke Hughesloot, who played such a key role in the first. He's been dominant this half. He's been at the heart of everything they've had good in an attacking sense. And he shows his aerial ability there to nod home. The keeper, well, he gets 2 hands to it. He's probably got to keep that out in the end, but they weren't strong hands. And to the back of the net it goes, Jacob Batt.
Yeah, it was a fantastic leap and a great header. And, yeah, Cordova probably could have kept it out. But maybe it was the power on the Hughesloot head that got it in the back of the net in the end.
Rangers looking to respond immediately, and it's not going to be a free kick. No, it's not. Christie going down. The referee not interested. Well, we've got a Zebras player. Tolkill now grabbing at his right leg in the box, and he's not one to go down light, so you've got to imagine something's happened there to Matthias Tolkill. One of the hardest nuts in the competition as we have a look at the cross and the finish from Hughesloot. And that's perhaps what they have this year, Zebras, that they didn't last year, that bailout option in the air up top. As good a goal scorer as McEwen is, he's not really an aerial presence. Hughesloot offers them that, it's just another dimension. And we've got wingers like Engels who can put in crosses of that quality. It's a real asset. We've seen them use the aerial ability of Hughesloot today. And whilst they still prefer to keep it along the deck in the build-up, just that extra string to their bow. It's a real weapon that they'll look to utilise this year, Zebras, and it's an area that I think we can certainly see improvement from them in 2016. So Northern Rangers now need to flick the switch because they've been completely outplayed. They've barely had the ball in this half, and they're now got to chase the game. That's a good ball. Engels might get on the end of this. Hughes Lute, it's their first, plays it back for Engels. The Townhouse was there to cut it out though. Well done, Harry Townhouser. Oh, that's a really poor pass though. Really poor. Mariano gets the end of it. Oh, Griffin. Ill-directed clearance. He's going to concede a corner. He somehow played that backwards, and it'll be another set-piece opportunity for the Zebras. Really on top of this contest at the moment. Hard to see where Rangers can turn it around. Competitive early, but they're really being moved around and just run off their feet at the moment by the Hobart Jeep Zebras, the home side. Looking good. Another set-piece opportunity. The referee spotted something he didn't like. And he's just going to have a word with Sikio, I think. So we have a look. Yeah, whatever happened before then. Some pushing and shoving. Seems like the referee just wanted to stamp it out. Obviously spotted it just before the ball was crossed in. So take two. Hay will be the man charged with delivering it in. We've got Wani marking Hughes Luke tightly. Maybe not tightly enough. He wins the header back, and Sunday McEwen volleyed, but didn't get enough of it. Dwayne Walsh with space. He lashes it from range, and the keeper was out of position. It's a thumping drive from Dwayne Walsh. 3-1 Zebras. That could be it. He's been threatening to do it all half, Dwayne Walsh. He's been bombing up and down the flank. He's been getting into increasingly adventurous positions. The clearance from Griffin spilled to him. He launched it, and the keeper, he probably unsighted, to be fair to him. There was a sea of bodies in the way, but found a way through. And at 3-1, you can imagine that is the ball game. Hard to see how Rangers get back into it now, Jacob Butt.
I think you're spot on there, Andrew, and what a fantastic strike there by Walsh. It was only recently that he was injured on the ground, and he was legitimately injured on the ground. But, you know, popping up there from 30 yards, an absolute spanker. Absolutely smashed that into the back of the net. The goalkeeper was not sighted, but it was still a fantastic strike. And that's the substitution there. Zach Cross coming on for Anderson. Obviously, he's already on a yellow, and you're 3-1 down. You probably want him there for next week, so just a little bit of precaution there, I think, from Hudson.
Yeah, he'll move into a centre-back position by the look of it, so might be going to 3 at the back, or I think he's actually just going to shift Griffin out to left-back, looking at it. Yeah, Griffin drifting out to that left-hand side, so the centre-back Cross will come on. Saw a little bit of him last year. He's in and out of the first 11. Townhouse just a little bit short in his pass there for Ube. Oh, viciously sliding in there and winning the ball well was Fag. Hughes Luke with those long legs just extends them and wins it. Now Muller. Oh, McEwen was in behind. Crucial header from the man just on in Zachary Cross to intervene. And Toghill, he probably fouled Christie there, but he kept going, and then Toghill's back in for a second bite at it and wins the ball this time and puts it out into touch for the throw in. It's Rangers pushing forward for, it's been a pretty rare sight this half, really a surge forward from the Rangers. They've been hemmed in the majority of this half. It's been all one-way traffic. And now trail 3-1. The throw in looking Monticchio, but it's put behind, and it looks like the Zebras are preparing a substitution of their own here. Find out who that is for you. It's made. Meanwhile, Rangers continue to probe to try and find a way back into this game. They're going to need to score here. Townhouse Lays it off for Linnell Atkinson, just showed too much of it, but was able to win it back, and he whipping the ball now, Linnell Atkinson. He can, it's a good one, but really nicely defended by Henry Fagg. He judged the flight of the ball well, he got up and saw away the danger. He had 2 to pick out there, Linnell Atkinson, so well done, well judged by Fagg. Here's Monticchio, what can he do? He looks to curl under the back post, just finesse one in the end. I think maybe caught in 2 minds of trying to shoot and work the pass, and in the end it was neither really. It just sprayed wide as Zebras now preparing their substitution. Looks like Kurt Engels coming off. No, it's going to be Scoot coming on for Mariano. Engels is just wandering over, maybe just switching flanks rather than coming off. Yeah, it looks like Engels, who just spent a few moments on the right, is going to come back over here to the left now, and Scuff comes on. He'll play down the right-hand side.
"15 minutes to go, Andrew. I think this one's pretty much sewn up. The 3 points here for Zebras as Engels is in and tries to play through to Hughes Loot, but Ranger able to get out, and I've missed this one from behind the play. I was looking where the ball was. It seems Cordova's been cleaned up.
So we'll have a look at the replay. He gets rid of it, and then
Majorano,
just followed through, just backed into him. Now Majorano's just come off. It's the man who's just replaced him, Stewart. He's been on the park all of 30 seconds. He's already gone in the book. That is Ben Hamlet-esque.
Wowee.
It's an impressive effort.
Not afraid of getting involved in the action.
Wasn't a lot in it, just a bit unnecessary, I think the referee just saying there, as he clattered into the goalie after he got rid of it. And while the goalie at the other end, Ferguson, is sitting on the deck for some reason. To be fair, he probably could have just sat down there for the majority of the half, and it wouldn't have affected things too much.
No, he hasn't had to do too much, has he?
Scarcely been up that end. He's now down. And
So Chris will be quite impressed with his side's performance, especially in the second half.
yeah, look, they've asserted their authority. They've gained control of the game. They were battling maybe a little bit in the first half. The Rangers were using the wind at their back pretty well, I thought. They were lobbing it long, really keeping them pegged back. But the second half has worn on. The cream has risen to the top, and they've definitely been the better side. I think Chris will be happy with his side. They've managed to put 3 goals away. They've been pretty solid at the back. And as long as they can see it out, I think it'll be a fairly happy as Chris ever is at his post-game conferences. I think he'll be a fairly happy manager.
We might be able to get a smile out of Chris in the post-match, hopefully.
Yeah, might need a couple more before that happens, but we'll see.
Well, I guess he's probably got in the back of his mind. They won the first 3 last year and couldn't even finish in the top 2, so I'm sure he's got that in the back of his mind.
Certainly had a wretched run of injuries last year, Zebras. A little bit more depth in the squad this year might help, but
and a few good signings too.
Yeah, that
Hughes Loot especially.
Hughes Loot, he has absolutely shown why he's been the prize recruit. Oh, so many clubs are after him. He's been sitting at university. Everyone knew his quality, he just didn't really want to play all that serious, but he's decided to make the leap to the top level and has already looked like a star at this level.
Absolutely. Ready-made star.
As we see here, a chance, and it's not a bad hit, but it was always going wide there from Monticchio. He's got a fair cannon on him. He smashed that one, but it was always going wide. We saw with his penalty earlier, he can generate some serious power. That one was off target and well wide. Off the goals. Ross Ferguson in goals today. Alex Woodham signed from Knights. Nominally the number 1, you'd think, in the squad, but picked up a red card against Clarence last week. Handling the ball to deny a goal-scoring opportunity outside of the area, so he was ineligible today as Engels is played in by a beautiful little flick on. He looks to cut inside. Pretty well defended there in the end, though.
Wins the corner.
He's done well, I think, there to deny him getting the cross in. It was Zachary Cross who stuck with him the whole way and stopped Engels from being able to pick anyone out. Another corner opportunity as Zebras look to kill this one off as Ferguson, I don't think he's going to be able to continue. He's down again. And
Do they have a reserve goalkeeper?
they've got Paul Palmer on the bench, who is he's capable of playing goals. He's an outfielder who's got a bit of time in goals, apparently. But Ferguson, this is twice now in 2 minutes he's gone down, so you can't imagine he's going to be able to continue. A few words the exchange between Chris Hay and one of the Northern Rangers staff up there, who's asking just the suggestion that maybe a bit of a delay game approach here with Ferguson, and Hay retorting that, well, your keeper's been doing it himself all game. A bit of banter on the sidelines there, but I think Ferguson's got back up. But I think surely he's got to be substituted here.
Well, he is actually struggling.
But he's clearly, I mean, he's been parked on his backside twice now in the space of 2 minutes. He's not been involved in the play, so.
Hay with the corner.
This one's
Whipped
delivered
in.
Dangerous ball, punched away by Cordova. And now cross. Griffin. They see it out, but not far away. Engels across to take the throw in. And it looks like Paul Palmer is going to come on.
Oh, it's a brilliant header.
Loose. Yeah, it's saved. In the end, we look at the replay there, the long throw, nearly bringing them undone. It's a good piece of play. There's a good header there from Moody, I think, getting forward.
Yeah, it was Moody.
On the follow-up. Cordova did well to hold on. Here's Hay surging forward. He shapes to shoot, but it was well blocked in the end there. Nice Swirad.
Tolhill
rather, not Swirad. He's left
puts it through.
Oh, he's
Headed up by the substitute.
Oh, that's well cleared. Here's Monticchio, but
And
the
there's
foul has been called back. Moody, we've seen a couple of times get forward and wreak havoc in the opposition box, the big centre-back.
It was a brilliant header. Powerful header. Unfortunately for him, it was straight at Cordova. Cordova, I should say.
About to come on, I think. There's plenty of movement on the sidelines. It's a dangerous ball. McEwen can't control his header though, and it floats wide for another goal kick.
Well, they're peppering the goals now.
They've been dominant all half, and not sure what's going on here. A discussion with the linesman over something. 10 minutes to go in this one before Super Saturday KG5 comes to an end.
And it has been a super day.
It has been a very good day of football action here.
And hope you've enjoyed it at home.
Plenty of goals as we see Griffin coming to the sideline. I'm not sure what for. He's been told. Don't know what's going on there anyway. I'm trying to figure that one out. Cordova launches long. It's a duel between Monticchio and Moody. It falls the Zebra's way. Tolhill lays it back to Fag. Carries it out. Puts it out ahead of Hay, a bit too far ahead of him, and able to get across his Aiden Rigby. Move the ball forward. This is better from the Rangers. Monticchio on the end of it. Looks to turn and get in behind Wayne Walsh. This is a pretty good run. Can he pick someone out the box? He can, but that head was Jordan Muller's. He clears the danger for Zebras. And it falls to Walsh. And that should end the attacking movement. He plays it into Hay. His touch was a little heavy, but recovered it well. And he plays a long ball for Sunday, but just overhit and he can't get on the end of that one. To build from the back again. They've run into a little bit of trouble here. Adam McEwen again. Oh, turns. This is a good run from him. Can he pick someone out in the middle? Jukes loose. Oh, 4-1. Very smooth. Beautiful play from McEwen. He turned his defender. He's got the cross in, and Hugh Sloot has his second. And what an impact he's made. This was a really good run. A tiring defence. Just got in behind of Cross. Crossed. And a very calm finish from Luke Hughes. So what an impact he's had. 2 goals and an assist. Well, not an indirect assist. An assist to the assist for Luke Hughes. So there's had a real impact on his league debut for the Zebras. He's looking like being a real weapon for them. And they are sailing off into the sunset now. 4-1 to the Zebs. They've been dominant, and now the scoreboard reflects that.
Number 17, Jaden Hay.
Callum Griffin, one of the youngsters, is going to have a run out for the last 7 or 8 minutes here. He comes on for Jaden Hay, who's put in a pretty good shift in his midfield role today, and obviously if they can get the pairing of Moody and Fag back there and allow him to play in midfield, that'll be a real plus. He and Muller pretty good in there. Whereas Hugh Slute's been the real one who's added to this team today. He's put in a dominant show. He's been the best player on the pitch. And he wins the ball back here, albeit having infringed upon Griffin. The free kick is taken quickly. Across to cover there is Fag. Suspicion of handball. Play on. Centering. Here's Monticchio. Lovely finish. And pulls back one for the Northern Rangers to make it 4-2. Albeit probably a little more than a consolation goal at this point. But a very tidy piece of work from Monticchio. Good centering ball. It's a cracking finish with his left foot. Steers it home. 4-2, and Monticchio just screaming at his teammates, come on boys, we're not out of this. At the 85-minute mark, it's going to be pretty tough for them to score twice more, but a lovely piece of work there. And adds a little bit more respectability to the scoreline, albeit they have been comfortably outplayed today. As Griffin will pass it back here to his keeper Ferguson, who's again hobbling after kicking that. I don't know why he's still on the park, to be honest. He's really hobbling after that. Not sure why Griffin came on. They didn't use that other substitution on the keeper. Anyway, here's a chance for Zeb's going forward again. Some nice play there. He works it back. And Dwayne Piper looked to curl this one in, but found only Rangers' bodies. Pass back from Muller. Shipped over the top. This is lining up. Sunday chested it down, but couldn't finish it. And they almost made it 5-2. That was some lovely build-up play from Zeb's. Townhouse robs Tokyo of it, but Moody's across to see it out. Oh no, he kept it in. Well done. The duel with Monticchio, who's what I thought fouled there. Two fairly tough customers coming together there. No-nonsense players. I've enjoyed Monticchio's game. He's been a bright light, and it's been a pretty tough day for the Rangers. He's got 2 goals, but he's done all he can. It's unfortunately just lacked a bit of support, and finally it seems we're going to see Ferguson substituted as Palmer preparing to come on in goals for Rangers. It's long overdue, as clearly offside there is McEwen. So Paul Palmer will now be able to come on for Ferguson for the sub that look, really should have been made 10 minutes ago, but he'll come off now.
The Hobart Zebras coming off, number 1, Matthew Ferguson. Coming on, number 25, Paul Palmer.
Paul Palmer will get a few minutes of action here. He was called into action last week against Clarence United to play the second half in goals after Woodham's dismissal. So now Atkinson standing over the ball as we get restarted here. Just a few minutes remaining in this one. He looks up ahead. Play towards Wani, but away again from Moody. Here's Hugh Slute, looks up, looking to right defence, takes a deflection off of now Atkinson's head, but it might stay in for Ingles. It does. Well, I think he'll be content just to let it roll out for a corner. Almost bounced back off the corner flag and stayed in, but he gets his corner eventually, and now they can send the cavalry forward again. Kurt Ingles, the one standing over this ball with Hay now off. He gets the chance to show off his left foot. It's a pretty good ball. McEwen got a fair piece of it, but it was not well directed and wide of the mark from Adam McEwen, who opened the scoring for us at the finish there. And no shortage of goals today. This one is headed straight out of play by Ingles. And after 6-3 in last night's game in South Hobart, we had more goals all day. It's been the real theme of the round. Some good attacking play. Devonport and Clarence 2-0, the lowest scoring game, but apart from that, we had a 4-2 here in this one, and a 3-1 between Kingborough and Lonnie, so no shortage of goals in round 1 in NPL action. It's been a fascinating day. We've learnt a fair bit about not just the teams, but a few of the new signings. There's the Townhouse, who's Pushed on a little more this half. Hasn't quite had the impact he did in the first half. Here's Hughes-Loot. He's got some space. Plays it across to Callum Griffin. He'll go to Dwayne Walsh, who's been a standout for Zebras. And well and truly deserved his goal. He's been tireless down that right-hand flank. Here's Fag. Across to Toghill. I think Zebras will be content just to stroke the ball around the pitch and play our time here. Business done as far as they're concerned at 4-2. They'll start their season in a positive manner. 3 points on the board. And second place on the table. Hughes-Loot completely misses the ball. A rare misstep from him. He'll probably win it back though, and he does. And that's what he can do. He just covers so much territory. Muller to McEwen. A few players are just stopped running out there. A few tired boys. Oh, Engels snaps inside and was looking to set up a goal there. But it was pretty well blocked in the end there by Rigby.
They're dangerous, aren't they, when they get out in those wide positions? And
well, it's just misjudged really by Linnell Atkinson. Yeah. They let Engels in. Good sliding block by Aiden Rigby. Engels with another chance to whip a corner, and this one floats towards Fag at the back post. Well, brought down and hit well. Hughes was looking to butter up, couldn't quite get there, but not far away from another goal there.
He wants his hat-trick.
It was not too far away from scoring there was Stewart. Made pretty good contact with it. A good save in the end by Cordova, and Hughes-Loot on the doorstep. Threatened just to score his hat-trick. Saw Nick Morton with a hat-trick last night as this one's punched away, not terribly convincingly by Cordova, but got enough of it to see the danger away, and going to be a foul on Griffin by Stewart. And despite the protestations, I think there was contact there, and yeah, he made the most of it, but contact from behind, it's going to get blown most of the time, you'd have thought.
That's a foul.
A pretty easy one for the referee to call. Toghill battles in front. He's on Tikio. Real physical battle that's been kind of boiling over all day there as this one will come to the back. We're playing into trouble. Stewart pressuring McEwen now, gets the ball. Can he set up Engels? Oh, the keeper gets a touch. Cordova just got enough on it. Just took it out of the path. Otherwise, a fifth goal was very much in the offing there for the Zebras. As Walsh plays it out of play, so not long to go now. So, Batty, what are your thoughts on Zebras as we draw to a close in this one?
Well, that they're quick, they're well disciplined, and you got to think they've still got Sherman to come back.
Just on the bench today, we'll add another dimension. Some real options up top this year, Zebras, which is not something they've had in the past. It's really last year it was a case of McEwen being the lone striker. Sherman came late, and that's a beautiful turn from him. In the end, it's pretty well away by Griffin. But I think he's enjoyed not being the focal point up top and being the more complementary player to the physical presence of Hughes-Loot.
Hat-trick hero.
It fell into his path. And
Yui.
The easiest one he's had all day. So, what a league debut for Luke Hughes-Loot. 3 goals if you don't mind. Engels chipped in a fortuitous deflection, but he was in the right spot and he was there.
That's what a good striker does.
Presence.
They're at the right spot at the right time. To nod at home, Charlie.
A brilliant performance today by Luke Hughes-Loot. What a difference he makes to this side. Just adds another dimension. And that's 5 goals now for Zebras. And Rangers, who were pretty good in the first half, I thought. They fought hard. They've just been overrun. Obviously, losing Linnell Atkinson was a huge blow. They lost Christie early on in the piece. And they've just run out of legs a bit, I think, at the end of the day. And the Zebras are a good team, and they've made it count. So a real statement from them. We saw South Hobart stamping themselves on Friday night. Zebras, just a reminder that they're going to be a real force this year too, as Hughes-Loot makes his mark on the competition. He's got 3, he's set up another, and he might just have played a massive role in a 6th. As McEwen goes for the chip, and it's the post. Oh, would have been a delightful goal. Super build-up play. And with the left foot just trying to dink it over Cordova, who was left stranded and hoping that it would drift over. It hit the post. And almost a 6th goal for the Zebras. They have turned it on in this second half. Been far too good for the Rangers. And a pretty decisive victory from them here. 5-2 the score. Huxley again, he just gets to everything, those long legs. Here's Muller, McEwen, they're lining up now. McEwen, seen how to play in the end there. Well defended. They box him out. They absolutely got the foot on the throat. They're hoping for more and more goals here, really looking to rub it in. 5-2, 94 minutes have ticked by. Can't be too long left. There have been a couple of stoppages and plenty of goals. One's headed by Muller. Moody rather, over the top. And there won't be a 6 goal on this occasion. They have stormed over the top of the Rangers. They have Hobart Zebras. Gonna be tough to beat this year. They've got plenty of firepower. Certainly with Arano, Ingles on the flanks, Huxley, McEwen, Sherman, as you mentioned, not even in the starting lineup. Plenty of firepower at their disposal. Hay in midfield pulling the strings. It's a pretty formidable lineup. And Muller, very reliable in midfield as well. Here's Engels. He looks to shift the attack. That's a nice ball, really well placed, and that's almost from Callan Griffin finding a target. Dwayne Walsh has been good at right back, and that'll roll through to Cordoba, and that'll be the final action of the game. And the final action of Super Saturday here. Round 1 of the Tasmanian PS4 NPL comes to a close with a 5-2 win to Hobart Zebras. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Stay tuned to Slice of Cheese and Football Fed Taz for all the wash-up as the week develops, and we'll be back again in a week's time. It's been a marathon, Jacob. Voice has gone. I know your fingers from working the blog must be raw too. It's been a good day of action though. We've been glad to bring it to you. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage.
Yeah, it's been great, Andrew, and thanks for watching at home. We're just going through a few of the highlights here, so enjoy those, but until next time, I guess.
We'll see you ready to do it all again next week, although for 6 hours of speaking, I hope I never have to do a back-to-back-to-back game ever again, but it has been a blast bringing it to you all the same.
We've loved every minute of it.
I'm about to lose my voice, but it has been a pleasure bringing it to you. Bye for now.